Kaixo everybody, welcome back to my daily Euskera practice. Today is the day the quiz has dropped. My Euskera teacher sent an email with our take-home quiz, and honestly, I wasn't expecting it to come so soon, and she wants it by tomorrow night. I guess she needs time to grade it. So, I don't know, in my head, I had like an extra, maybe like 5 days to study for this quiz, but it's here, and I'm terrified because, well, all I've really done is look at vocabulary and a little bit of conjugation, but I feel like my studying has not been enough for this quiz, and like, my mom and my sister are like, why are you even stressing? Like, it's a take-home quiz. You could just look up what you don't know. But like, I was a real nerd in school, okay? So like, I actually want to try this quiz as if it was like a real test, you know, to actually test my knowledge, which is the point of the quiz, right? Is to see like what I've got right, what I've got wrong, my strengths, my weaknesses, whatever. But then because it's a take-home quiz, I feel like the expectation is that like I get everything right, you know? So I'm conflicted about this, but because I've skimmed it, I've already looked at it, and yeah, there's definitely some vocabulary there that I don't even know. Like, I've been focused so much on like nouns that I didn't realize there's a whole section of vocabulary on the quiz that's like verbs, like to sit, to walk, to whatever, and I'm like, very important words to know, but I haven't quite revised them. So what's my plan for this? I think I'm going to sit down and take the quiz as if it was a real test, you know, and just get through what I can and kind of keep track of that version, and then go back and do a little open book work so that I can complete the test, so I have something complete to give back. Because otherwise it just looks like I didn't even try, right? If I leave a bunch of blanks. But yeah, but I still want to like actually test my knowledge and like see where I'm totally failing, because I feel like I'm at a C/B level right now, which I was a real A student in school, so that really bothers me. But I'm gonna try it out. I just want to share with you a little snippet of this email that my teacher sent as well. She said, take your time to read the sentences carefully. Great advice. But then she also says, there's nothing in this quiz that we haven't seen or learned. Fair, good, that's what you want in a quiz, right? But she says, most of the time when we make mistakes, it's because we didn't pay attention. Now, I don't know about any studies that have been done in the educational realm about the validity of this statement. Maybe this is true. Maybe most of the time when we make mistakes, it's because we didn't pay attention. But I feel like that's just setting you up for excuses. Like, I think I'm gonna make mistakes because I haven't quite grasped the material yet, you know? I'm gonna do my best to pay attention, but like, I'm gonna make mistakes anyway, and it's not because I'm careless, it's because I don't get it. I dream that one day in these videos, I'm just gonna be like talking about ergativity and like declension and transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, direct object, indirect object. Like, I have a dream that one day I'm just going to be throwing out these terms and explaining these concepts like, I know everything about grammar. But right now, like, I'm so lost. But okay, that's about that. Speaking of lost, I have the support of a cup of tea, my Lord of the Rings sweater for good luck, and a slice of chocolate cake that my sister made because it was recently Mother's Day. And so she made my mom a chocolate cake. Lucky for me, my mom didn't want to eat a whole chocolate cake to herself. So she's sharing some of this with me. So this is here for serious emotional support. So I'm going to open this quiz, and we're going to see what we're working with. Okay, first page. It's vocabulary, words in English, and then I have to write them in Basque. At first glance, I think I'm good on maybe like, I was going to say 80%. No, I want to say like 90% of these words. I'm looking at the words, pretty much everything looks familiar, except for hairdresser, because I know that's a really long word, and like, who remembers that? If you've been watching, you know that hairdressers was not, like the hair salon was not on my vocabulary list. Oh, yeah. So, okay. Overall, I think we're okay. Vocabulary. Next page goes to numbers, which I think I'm okay on numbers. Next exercise, ser ordurda, telling the time, which I practiced in a video maybe last week. So hopefully I'll be okay with that. You guys helped me figure out when it's afternoon, when it's evening. So I think that'll be okay. Then we are filling in the blanks with verbs, either isan, egon, or ukan. Okay, I think I can figure that one out. And then section 5, this is where I'm like, oh no, aditsak. It's just verbs and it's all like in English, and I'm gonna have to put the Basque translation for that. I'm hoping that I'll be pleasantly surprised and I actually know more in this realm than I think I do. But right now I'm like, oh no, it wasn't in the vocab book. Okay, and then brutua, a little past simple. We're, let's see. Oh, it's like a collection of words, and then we have to write, in a paragraph, write what Grandpa did today. Okay, so I'm going to have to write a whole paragraph about what Grandpa did. And then, susendu esaldiak. I don't remember what any of that means. I think it means correct the sentences. And then we've got sertara. You've got to figure out, sertara. We did that in a unit a while ago. That's a little iffy. Then we've got, putting sentences in the future tense, which we just learned in class. So hopefully that will be fresh in my mind. And then some conditional practice, which if you guys, again, if you've been watching, you've seen that I've done that pretty recently. But because I only learned it recently, I don't know if it's retained, but hopefully it'll be familiar. And then we gotta translate sentences. It's a whole bunch of sentences in English. We gotta write them in Basque. Whew. Okay, so I see what my teacher did here. I feel like it gets from easy to progressively harder. That whole last page of sentences, that's gonna take me a while. So I don't really want to do this quiz on camera the way I've been doing kind of with my other homework and exercises where you guys are commenting and correcting and letting me know the answers, because I want to do this for myself, and I think this video is gonna come out before my next Basque class. So I don't really want, I don't want to use you guys to cheat. I need to do this for myself. So I'm gonna work on this quiz. That's what I'm doing today. And then I'll just check back in with you and tell you how it went, or how I feel it went. Because I guess I won't really know until my teacher corrects it and kind of gives us the results. But all right, I'm gonna try it. Check back in with you soon. Okay, so I just spent an hour working on this quiz. The tea is gone. Oh, the cake is gone. I think overall it wasn't as bad as I expected. I think overall, it just took a long time because it was a lot of exercises. The vocabulary, there were definitely a few words that I forgot. There were a few words that I guessed, which I know are wrong. I think I got the beginning, but the ending is not so sure. Most of the words that I missed were words that I did not have in my vocabulary booklet, which is good, but there was one word in my vocabulary booklet that I know I studied, and I forgot it, and so that annoys me. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I don't want to hear it in the comments. I'll figure it out. Maybe, I have until I think tomorrow night to submit this quiz, so maybe it'll just come to me in the next 24 hours. I think the times were okay. I think the sentences were okay. There's a lot of verbs, the vocabulary section of the verbs. There's a lot of those that I don't remember. I know we've seen them in class. We haven't formally studied them. If I was really paying attention, I would know these verbs, but it's a lot of these verbs are the ones that give you instructions in an activity, and I tend to just read the translation in English. So it's not necessarily verbs that we've memorized, but more that we've seen over and over again, translate and fill out and stuff like that. And I'm So I guess I need to start paying more attention to the instructions to my activities in Basque. I think I did okay on the verb tenses. The one that asked me to do a paragraph, like my paragraphs at this point are like 3 sentences. I hope teacher's okay with that. I mean, I figure as long as everything is like grammatically correct, she'll be happy. And yeah, as we went towards the end of the quiz, okay, no shade. I can see why she said, like, make sure you pay attention because you'll make mistakes. Because, like, by the end of this quiz, like, I was not double checking my answers. Like, I was just mentally fatigued. So I was just putting an answer and moving on. So, yeah, I could see how you make mistakes if you're not paying attention. So I think I'm good. I spent an hour just filling it out. I'm going to let that marinate for a little bit. And then probably before I submit it tomorrow, I'll, double check my work, look it over, and see if anything looks evidently wrong. But I don't feel like there's too much I need to go back and look up like I thought I would. Honestly, I think this practice has helped because a lot of the things in this quiz, like I already did on activities on camera for you guys, and you guys already helped me with it. So I think overall, I did okay. Maybe that'll change when I look at it with fresh eyes for tomorrow. But for now, like, took an hour, a lot of stress. My shoulders are up to here. I might have to go do some yoga, but I think it's going to be okay. So I'm proud of the work I've done here. Maybe once this quiz is corrected and everything, I'll share it with you guys if you're curious exactly what was on it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the moral support as I go on this journey. If you want to follow along and watch more videos of me struggling to learn Euskera, the Basque language, you can subscribe to the Hello Basque YouTube channel. I'm doing daily vlogs these days, so check back. And with that, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.